Welcome to Board Game Empire. Today we're going to do a review of Iki. Now this is a phenomenal set collection, point salad, card drafting type of game. So you're going through spring, summer, autumn, winter. You start out with spring. You have your characters so you get to choose from. And then you're just trying to collect points, going through the market. And you're just going to keep going through the market. You're able to advance your characters, your cards, and there's just so much to this game that just makes it a very strategic Euro type game. And so we're just going to jump right into the review. So for the rules, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. Phenomenal rule book, well illustrated, and for a Euro game, it's very impressive how well it teaches it, how it goes through the steps. Even has the two player variation. The board is also a 2-player and then a 3 or 4 player, so it's double sided, so that helps with pretty much the setup and format and flow of the game. So just phenomenal rules. I just wish that there was a player aid. There is kind of a player aid in your player board. It tells you what each step, once you get familiar with it, that you can follow through. Like the first step is you can collect 4 of the coins, or you could buy one of the characters that you're allowed to buy, and then you move, and then you could buy from the shop, or you could buy from the characters as well. So there's many things you can do, and then once you're done, you just grab your character that you're pretty much, because there's movement space allocated. So the boards have kind of like a player aid because they're well illustrated and everything. So 5 out of 5. Component quality, wow, 5 out of 5. Great components. Love the little meeples. The boards are nice and thick. The main board's double-sided. It's thick and lays flat. You got all the markers here. You got all the resources. I just have it to the side for now because, but you got your coins. They're not metal, but you can always just upgrade. So then you got some more markers here. You have your fire track. You have your little point markers. Then you have all the cards. Card quality is phenomenal. They don't bend, so they're nice and thick. And then you have a sheet here to score. So just phenomenal component quality. One of the best that I've seen that's not a Kickstarter. So 5 out of 5. Experience, really like this game. 5 out of 5. Great experience. I love the economic aspect of the game. There is a little bit of downtime. You're looking probably like 2-3 minutes per turn, or even a little bit more, depending on the person. Sometimes it might even reach 5-6 minutes. So there is a little downtime in the game because there's so much you're doing and you're maneuvering. I'll hit more of that into the mechanics, but just great progression as you get more characters and you build your tableau area. And so just really cool mechanics and design. So 5 out of 5 in experience. I'm going to go give the mechanics 5 out of 5. Phenomenal mechanics. Really like this game. So the way you play the game is you start out, this is the setup. Each player gets their own player board, their own color meeples. There's a whole bunch of resources. So you start out with 1 rice, 1 sandal. The sandal is pretty much, when you do your movement, you could add 1. You get pretty much, this is 4, and then you get 4 of these. So each one is 1. And what you're doing in the game is you're going to be allocating your movement. And so I would move, well, first you'll have to pick one of these, and this will determine which one's blocked for a 2-player game. And so I would pick I want 3 movements. So I would stop right here. And so I would be able to shop and get my fire up 1. So I'd be able to, but once you do that, then the next person picks the distance that they want to go. And so if I'm the sun, I get to go first, which is the sun token right here. If I'm the moon, you get second. The way that determines is whoever visited Japan last, which I did. My wife hasn't. I was there for 3.5 years. So, but pretty much once you do determine that, then you can either buy one of the cards from the market that you'll be able to place on one of the locations, or you could take 4 tokens. But the way you buy it is top left determines your how much do they cost. So, and these cards are awesome. You can level them, and so as they level, you get more and more stuff during pretty much the last day of this, or the last round of the season, where you get the payday. So if you buy it, you place it, and then you put your little meepo, and these would already have meepos because you determine that in the beginning of the game. These are starting cards. So once you do that, like here I have 3, so I'll be able to move 1, 2, 3. So I'll be able to move my fire token 1, and then I would be able to also, if I spend 2, I could get 2 rice. So I would just do that, spend 2 to get 2 rice. Then the next player would be able to move 2. So either he can buy one of the cards or not. And if he does, then he just places it. But if he doesn't, just say he got token 4. So he'll do 2, 1, 2. Now, this is my character. So if he buys anything from here, it actually advances my level. And then once you're done with your level, you get to retire them, which is cool because once you retire them, then you don't have to pay at the end of the season rice to pretty much keep them, because once they're retired, they're done, and you're also able to collect their pretty much ability that's the very top. And then at the end of season 5, 8, and 11, you pick the fire token, and that'll determine where it starts. So like right here is, let's see, that would be, I think right here. Yeah, right here. So start right here, the fire, and you have to have it like your fire prevention 4. So I would have to be at 4 to be able to prevent it. If I didn't, then it would just keep catching fire until someone could stop it. And so your characters will pretty much get eliminated from the game. And then each round, so this would be like the first round, the second round, you would remove this, and then you just add 1 more. You would you would put 1 for the ones that no one bought of these. So the currency, and then you would add 4 more cards that you're able to buy from. These are house or buildings. You can't see it's too far to the left, but you're able to purchase it. If you land here, you pay 1, and then you can build a building. You have to have 3 wood and 2 rice to build it, and you have to have an available meeple, and then you get a certain amount of points at the end of the game. But those can burn down, and if they burn down, they're pretty much done. But then you also could get pretty much these, and they help within the game. Like the pipe right here is ×2. So if you have this plus that, ×2. So that's pretty much how you determine it. Then you also could get fish, and that gives you points. The fish are located right here. And there's so many cards that have different abilities throughout the season. And then you change these as you're done with the season. So here you had payday. So you get money from each of your cards, and also your retired cards. So just phenomenal mechanics, really, really creative, and love how the mechanics flows very smoothly. Once you understand this game, it's one of the best economic games I would say you could probably get. I would say that this is pretty much Istanbul or Demon Worker or Hamakoji, like those type of games, way more advanced because of the way the mechanics flows, and it's just a lot more options. You could get analysis paralysis at times because there's just so much you could do and so many different ways you can score points. And then also try to level your cards to retire them and make sure you have the resources to pretty much keep them alive at the end of the season, and also while keeping track of the fire track. So, and the point. So there's a lot to this game, but it's just such a fun game. So 5 out of 5 of the mechanics. So replayability, 5 out of 5. High replayability. I hope they come out with an expansion that pretty much incorporates more cards, maybe different types of resources, or even maybe a side. It is a little bit of table hog, but a little side thing that you could do maybe. But this game is just phenomenal. I think it's a really good game. It's probably one of the best economic games that we've ever played. So really like the replayability, and the setup time is a little bit. It takes probably like 10 minutes to set up, 10 to 15, and then also 10 to 15 to tear down. And you're looking at a 60, 90-minute game. So you have to factor in probably like 20 to 30 extra minutes. So you're looking at an hour and a half to 2 hour game. So it is a lot of time you could be spending this game, but it is an extremely fun game if you play it and buy it. So 5 out of 5 in replayability. So for overall total, I'm going to give it like a 4.8 or 4.9 out of 5, 9.5 out of 10. This almost gets a perfect score. It's just the setup time, it's a little bit strenuous because you're just setting up for a long time and then tearing down. And then also, because that won't get to the table as much, because the time and length of the game, also all the setup, and also the analysis paralysis at times, and sometimes the person playing it, takes 4, 5, 6 minutes to figure out what they're going to do. So just a phenomenal game. It's just really fun. I just wish that it was a little bit shorter of a set time. Might have to get a little bins or something to pretty much offset that. And then that way you could just pull out all the resources, and the resources are already set up for you. I think that would help it out with the downtime, the separation of the resources, and put all the resources in a dedicated area. And then also these, I would say that that's what pretty much hurts it with the setup time the most. But just a phenomenal game once you do get all that, squared away and ready to play through it. So phenomenal game. If you like this video, please subscribe. Social media is down below in the description. I'm going to have a link over buy the game. And if you haven't played it, you should definitely play it. And I'll see you in the next video.